We're happy to be here today to open our newest museum. In honor of the POWs, the soldiers, the sailors, all of the military men and women who gave their lives and have supported our country and community. So today we open the Sandstone Military and POW Barracks Museum. This has been a brainchild. It came on really fast. About a year ago, we discovered that this was a historic barracks. And so you'll hear more about that from the next speaker when Joe gets his turn. And we just welcome the community to come and see this, call us, and schedule some tours because we are so proud of this museum. Mark?
Yeah, start down that way.
Start down that way? Okay.
Joe?
Who's all down there?
Okay, well, so just to kind of set everybody up on what we got here, my name's Joe Fott. I'm with the Amherst Historical Society board. I do the buildings and grounds. So kind of how we got to the point that we're at today is about a year ago when we were getting set up for the Taste of History, one of our partner organizations, the Military History Preservation Group that we have our CEO back there, Matt Sternad, they were out here looking around and kind of looked at the building and said this kind of matches a lot of the specifications of what you'd see in different POW barracks. So we dug around and what we found was we didn't get a building from Camp Perry, but we got a building used during the war for POWs. Now, the story behind it, whether they were just using to transport out, whether they spent the night, those things all kind of got left up in the air because there just aren't a lot of records. But what we do know is that Amherst and North Ridgeville both have an identical building that both got used for the same purpose, and we're both part of the quarries, which is also a big part of our Amherst history. For us, I think the coolest part was bringing this out for a piece of history that we knew nothing about, and the number of people that then came out and all had stories, especially our older residents that we're thankful for. So then fast forward to we kind of opened that up for Taste of History, and we had the back half of the building that we kind of weren't sure what we wanted to do with, so we decided we were going to do a local military museum. We really don't have anything between the Maps Museum out in Akron, and otherwise you have to go all the way out to Port Clinton to see the next military museum that has, local stuff. So we wanted to give Lorain County residents a place to go. It's important because it's our story. It's now you can come in there and say, hey, that's so-and-so's grandfather or grandmother, or hey, that's my uncle. It's another way to engage our school children, our community, and get everybody involved and learn a little bit about our military history on top of the POW history. So that's kind of how we got here today, and I really appreciate all the hard work. There's been a lot of different people that have volunteered to come make this all reality, you'll see. We've had two different scouts work on Eagle projects. One is our new flagpole that they put in here for us. The other one you'll see when you get inside, the furniture in the POW side was all built by a now Eagle scout. And we've had teachers, students from all over the county, different youth organizations out here. So it's kind of been like a big conglomerate of different organizations. And we're very thankful at the Historical Society for that. And on top of all the volunteer hours we've had a great amount of donations between the American Legions, the AMVETS, the Eagles, the VFW, our two big ones that we have up here, the American Legion out of Wellington and the VFW in town here both gave $5,000, which is a big chunk each to make this museum a reality. So we can't do it without the community support. So as you go through, just know that we have lots of room that we can keep putting stuff in the museum, and it's not meant to be a stagnant museum. The goal here is that we constantly rotate displays. We have special exhibits out. It's to keep the community and the kids involved. So after you see it, you'll get a little more understanding what we're doing here, and hopefully you can go back and tell your friends and get us some more donations here to get some new neat artifacts. So thank you guys very much.
Okay, we have our president of the Amherst Historical Society with us today, Jerry Gash, and we'd like him to say a few words as well on behalf of the society.
Thank you. This is a great project. It's kind of unique to be involved with this organization. They do a lot of things around here. This land we have here is very unique. So it's very cool to have. This museum is going to bring in some people and we can show it off some more. So thank you for all your support.
Joe?
Well, I'm glad to be here. Like many have already said, we have community that comes together. We have the city, we have our chambers, we have our historical society, and all of you here to join us. And for me, I'm fortunate enough to have family. Good to see you, Aunt Joan Rosenbush, hiding in the back there. And, you know, veterans, if you're a veteran, raise your hand. Okay, keep it up if you're a veteran when this was about. Come on, Norm. I'm just kidding. But it's good to see everybody here. You know, we're here to honor and remember, to educate and appreciate those who served as a son of two veterans, and as your state representative, very proud, very honored to be here. On behalf of my office, District 53 of the Ohio House of Representatives, Speaker Jason Stevens of the 135th General Assembly, we'd like to hand Sandra and the team a commendation from the State House, thanking them for working for and advocating for our veterans and providing us a historical piece to be able to view all the time now. So thank you for having me.
Well, thanks for having me here. I just want to tell you, I've always been a big fan of the Historical Society here. All the other volunteers and everybody's always been part of this, but I got to tell you, the grounds have never looked as good as they do now. The amount of events, the amount of volunteerism, everything that you're doing for the community is just beyond my dreams, and I just love what you're doing so much. Everybody's already said enough on everything else. I like to keep my speeches short, so when this ribbon gets cut, I don't know who's going to cut it, but I will say it's officially open and officially a really unique and important part of our community. So thank you for doing this, and thanking for all the volunteers that were part of this.
And thank
so
you for
thank
your support as well. We can't do it without the supporters and the volunteers, obviously.
My name's Tony Gallo. I'm president of the Lorain County Chamber of Commerce. Sandy joined the chamber several years ago, so the Amherst Historical Society has been a longtime chamber member. When she told me she wanted to cut the ribbon for this, I had no idea that this was even here. I think it's pretty telling that this is Lorain County's bicentennial year. In a couple of weeks, we're going to be celebrating on the grounds of the courthouse in downtown Elyria, 200 years. A lot of our communities are older than 200 years, but the county itself is 200 years old. I found out working on the bicentennial committee that there are a lot of historical societies that are in our different areas here in Lorain County. We're very lucky, and a lot of them did get involved with the bicentennial. Personally, I'm the son of a World War II veteran. My father, Phil, actually dropped out of Lorain High School to join at 17. He had two older brothers that were already fighting as well too. My dad was one of 8 boys born in Lorain. 3 of those men fought in World War II. I'm actually named after my uncle Anthony J. Gallo. I'm Anthony L. Gallo, who actually got killed in action and was given the Purple Heart to my grandmother after he had died. It was unfortunate. He actually got killed after peace was declared, but if you know war, not all of that information gets to the fronts where they were fighting, and unfortunately he did get killed. So as a chamber president, I work with a lot of the veterans organizations. Jacob Smith over at the Lorain County Veterans Services and I work together. We do whatever we can to make sure that the veterans get their due. And I'm very proud to be from Lorain and from Lorain County, and congratulations on this great addition that's going to bring more people to not just Amherst but to Lorain County, Sandy.
You're welcome. Okay, Jerry.
Who do you want to cut, Sandy?
I want Jerry to cut it.
Jerry to go.
Jerry,
Big scissors.
you gotta do it real. I'm gonna tighten this up, and you're gonna
Yeah.
do it real fast.
Okay.
There you go.
Yay!
All right.
Thank you. All right, go ahead.